All right, so Tina, I see that you signed up for a weight training session. You signed the PAR-Q form, that sort of stuff. You've shown that you're, you know, medically stable for this. I want to ask you, you want to go into weight training. What sort of weight training you want to go into?
I'm more or less interested in powerlifting, just to gain strength,
Right,
just to
right. So
not
pure
having
strength.
exactly.
Okay. So you're thinking powerlifting as in low reps, doing certain exercises like bench press, squat, deadlift, and overhead press.
Yeah, and to be done gradually over a good period of time.
Okay, that's good. That works well for powerlifting. It's not something that you can do right away necessarily. It takes a lot of building up, hypertrophying the muscles. So one thing that I want to do is I want to make a plan for you.
Okay.
And you've already indicated that you're good to take your time with it, which is good. A lot of people like to rush this sort of thing. Um, I want to ask, just a few questions about yourself, in terms of your fitness and that sort of thing. So how many times a week would you be willing to work out?
Oh, I've been willing to work out about 4 to 5 days a week.
Right, right. Okay, that's pretty good. And just a few questions, semi-medical questions. How old are you?
I'm 56.
56. Then weight.
I'm 132 pounds.
Then height.
5'4".
Okay. And if you don't know, we can do a test for it. Do you know your resting heart rate?
About 56 beats a minute.
56. Okay. Okay. So in that sense, what I want to do for you is I want to give you a plan, and what we're going to do is called periodization. So as you said earlier, you're looking to do this over time, gradually, right?
Absolutely, yes.
So what we like to do in a lot of fitness, and especially in weight training, is periodization, which means you've got a big goal, right? But you're not going to do very well if you go for that goal all at once. You want to do it gradually. So what you want to do is you want to give yourself smaller goals to get to the bigger goals. So what I'm going to do is basically what I'm trying to say is you can't start off, and you can't start off powerlifting right away. And that's
definitely understand
for
that,
everybody,
yes.
right? Nobody can just start lifting heavy right away. You need a lot of muscular endurance. So muscular endurance is what we're going to focus on.
Okay.
So powerlifting, it's all about the low reps and the high weights, right? But when we're building up muscular endurance, we're basically building up the base for which you will start doing those lower reps and higher weights. But what you're going to do for now is you're going to do higher reps and lower weights.
Okay.
And that's building up muscular endurance.
Okay.
So you said that you're available to work out 4 to 5 times a week?
I am, yes.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to have you in the gym 3 times a week.
Okay.
And on those days, we're going to be doing strength. And then we're going to do this in a split, where it's going to be one day doing that. And then I want you having 2 days of cardio. So we'll do strength and cardio, strength, cardio, strength. Okay. Because cardio is another great way to build up muscular endurance, and also to build up your cardiovascular system, which you need during your strength training, because it is a lot about breathing in and having enough oxygen to be able to do the lift. Okay. So building up your respiratory system, very important. So in terms of that, cardio, it could be 30 to 45 minutes of running in a single day. So you can do that twice a week. And then in terms of your lifting, what we're going to do is we're going to do a 3-day split. So as I said before, you'll be in the gym 3 times a week. So on those days, we're going to do an upper body, lower body split. Okay. So, and this is going to, since we've got 2 factors here, upper body and lower body, we've got 3 days a week to do it. So we'll do 1 week, 2 upper bodies, 1 lower body. Then the next week, 2 lower bodies, 1 upper body. Now on the upper body days, you're going to be exercising all the muscles above the waist, right? So what that means is we're going to be doing exercises around joints, right? And the reason I say that is because we want an evenness in your around your joints of your muscle. So like the way I can demonstrate this is around the elbow, you have the bicep, and when you're contracting it, it brings the arm up, right?
Yes.
And when you're doing that, the tricep, it lengthens passively when you contract that. So it's not doing any work. But when you do something like a tricep pull down, it's the opposite, where your tricep is contracting and your bicep is doing the resting, right? And we want those muscles to be roughly about the same. So if you're wanting to do arms, you're going to focus on both those muscles. It's sort of like if you only practiced with one of your arms, if you only weightlifted with those, the other arm would get weak, right? And so around the joint, it's the same sort of deal, where you want both muscles around the joint to be just as strong. And that's demonstrated across the whole body as well, in a lot of different muscles. So what we'll be doing with you there is on days where we have you in the gym and you're doing your upper body, we'll have you be doing, we won't have you doing free weights. We'll actually have you on the machines for the first bit, because I want you to get used to your range of motion. And that's a great thing to do when you're using the machines rather than using the free weights. Is to practice your range of motion with the machines. And so we'll have you doing, there's machines that you can do a chest press with them. There are machines that are good for curling and that sort of thing. You can also use, if you want to really practice your range of motion, you can use the cables. Do something like a cable fly. There's the ladder. There's the row as well, and all those sort of machines. That's what we're gonna do for your upper body. For your lower body, we're gonna be focused on everything from the waist down, and so we're gonna be doing stuff like squats. Well, not squats actually, because that's free weights, but we're going to be doing leg press. You see the leg press machines. We're going to be doing stuff like calf raises and all that. We're going to be doing leg curls as well, and a lot of other workouts like that. There are machines for that as well. And like I said, I want you started for these first 8 weeks, mainly on the machines, right? And so when you're doing the lifts, you're putting your muscles into an anabolic state, right? Which means they are breaking down with the lack of oxygen, as you're using mainly carbs to fuel those muscles. So in that sense, we want to be careful when you're doing the lifts. So for every lift that you do, I want you to think of the 2-0-2 method. So basically, this is a method of time where when you're going, say I'm going down a squat, 2 seconds to go down, then at my rest, 0 seconds, we're going straight up for 2 seconds. So it's like 1, 2, 1, 2, that sort of thing. And that helps you, to even out the lifting, where you've got the contraction and you've got one muscle lengthening or shortening passively. One thing that we also want to avoid, I did mention earlier, breathing is very important. We want to avoid something called the Valsalva effect. So that a lot of lifters are, they've got the problem with this, and you won't